short sleeves. Oh, you run good on warm days. Why is it that engines run so much better when the weather's warm? I don't know, man. She's just got some crack when you open it up. Temperatures are like this. Holy shit. Listen to that. Wow. It's just so beautiful. We're not going far, just a little ride for this week. Yeah, more content to come. I'm still looking for the right risers to go under this console. It shouldn't be that hard. It's just so stupid. I don't know why customer service escapes so many people. But you get, oh, it might sound a little better if I put my visor down. Huh? You might be able to hear me a little better. But you have a goal in mind for your motorcycle, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna put some mini apes on this bike, and then you start looking into it and digging into it, and yeah, and you're like, okay, under this console here, there's a solid piece of riser and handlebar welded together, and that bolts right into the triple tree of for the forks, you know. So hey, we need to solve that problem. So I measure it, you know, 5-inch riser. I think it's, you know, a pretty common Harley Davidson part, you know, risers. Tons of people make them. So you go into the Harley Davidson shop and you say, hey, I need some risers for my V-Rod. First of all, what they're going to tell you is, oh, everything for the V-Rod's obsolete. Well, fine, okay. Doesn't mean that parts for other motorcycles aren't interchangeable. I don't believe that. Tell me different. If you have a different experience, let me know. If I can't use other Harley Davidson made handlebar risers for my V-Rod, if it doesn't say V-Rod, I can't use it. I don't believe that. So what you do is you go into the Harley Davidson shop and say, I need risers. Do you have any? And they sit there, they don't get off their asses. They sit at the computer and Google it for me like I haven't done that already. They go, well, it could look like this or it could look like this. Don't they want my money? Why don't they want my money? I'm willing to drop whatever, between $50 and $250 for some risers for this bike. Why don't they say, hey, let's go look at your bike, or hey, pull it in here, let's pull one of the bolts out for a second and see if it fits this riser or this riser or this riser. Why don't they do that? I can't get anybody to do that. None of the local shops, especially not the Harley Davidson shop. So what do? I buy 5 different risers offline from online and hope one of them works. I mean, and then I've got 4 packs of new risers that I can't use, or I'm gonna have to put up on eBay or something, which I don't do. I think it sucks. I don't play the eBay game. I think it's unreliable income. So at least for me it is. I mean, some people make a business out of it, right? Anyway, why can't I get anybody to help me? So I'm gonna figure it out myself. I would like it if I could just go into a shop and go, hey, do you have some handlebar risers? And they go, yeah, they're over there, and point to the shelf that they're on and let me go look and I'll pick some out. If you put them on your bike, I guess there's a no return policy, so if you install one Sorry. I guess the safest way for me to go is the 2 individual risers and not, you know, the one piece where the width is set. Probably don't want to do that. Yeah, but you just get the 2 individual ones, crank them on there, then I can put whatever handlebars I want on here. I think what people get concerned about is this clamshell cover on these V-rods. So they don't want to say that's going to fit. But they won't even try. They won't even let me look at risers. There's got to be a shop here that has risers in packages on the shelf. Is there not? Anyway, that's my complaint for this week. I'm just enjoying the ride now. It's been sunny all day, but now it's a little bit overcast, but very, very warm. 75 degrees still. For us, that's very, very warm. So you like my videos? Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and get notified when I do more. Because I ain't stopping. It's my new favorite hobby. Like I don't have enough hobbies. So what's the definition of a hobby? Something you do that you don't make a living at, but you enjoy when you're not making a living. For me, that's riding motorcycles. But then I also like playing in a rock and roll band. I play bass guitar, and I love it. And we make a little bit of money, but not enough to live on. So is that a hobby? And then I'm interested in space stuff. So what's funny is my daughter and I, we went on down to the Clark Planetarium, and of course it's all by appointment only. You can't just go in there and check out the planetarium. So we didn't have an appointment, but we ended up buying a telescope. And I told the guy that was there selling the telescopes, I said, hey, I want to see the rings of Saturn, and not on my computer. I want to look through a telescope and see it. So he had some ideas, and he showed us a few of them. So we ended up buying a telescope. So now I have that as a hobby too. It was we were checking out the moon. It was just like a day after the full moon, and so that's cool. He had some telescopes he was sold out of, but I got on the list for a different one that's going to be a little bit better that he didn't have any of right now. And so he's going to call me when that comes in. I'll probably buy that one too, but it wasn't hugely expensive. It was less than $200, or it was right at $200. And woo! So Marin is super interested in it too, my daughter, and so she can have one in her room because she lives upstairs. It's got a window, and she wants to peer out at the window at stars at night. You know, she enjoys that. So got one for her, or we'll have one for her, and then have the other one for like going out. And I'd like to take it up in the mountains and get away from the city lights, and probably be able to see better. Anyway, so there's another hobby. So yeah, I play bass guitar, I ride motorcycles, and I like to look at the stars and space stuff. I wonder if I can get a good shot of my bike up here. There's got to be a good place to look out. Problem is we're a little far from downtown now, but you can see it from a long way away. I mean, Salt Lake isn't a huge city, but you know, it looks pretty cool at night. There's a lot of mountains around here, so you can get up high and see over the valley and stuff. Like my bike is some kind of prize. Well, look at this beautiful custom chopper, badass bagger bike that everybody wants. No, it's not like that. But I love it. Well, hey, I stopped at the liquor store the other day, and I got off my bike. I was going in, and some guy's there, and he's like, hey, can I take a picture of your bike? I'm like, sure. It's just a V-Rod. It's pretty sweet. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I like when people say that. It's fun. But I gotta be honest, I love this bike. And it's almost paid off. Then when I get it paid off, I'm gonna look into maybe something else. Ooh, that could be upcoming content, right? Let's see. I'm gonna check this spot out right here. It'll turn out. It's just kind of a berm. Looks like it's been graffitied. We'll stop for a minute. So that was a nice little stop. Oh, and another hobby, I'm kind of getting into cameras now. The GoPros are pretty cool. You know, doing video work and photography work with my phone, which phones are pretty fabulous for that kind of stuff right now. Didn't used to be. Here we got some twisties. Oh, some bumps too. Maybe I should have pulled in there. That looks like a good spot, huh? I don't know. Kind of like my little spot there where I could be alone. Too many people over here. And now everybody's going slow. Aw, you're spoiling my fun! So SpaceX actually flew Starship 11 this week. And here's how it went. So what happened was, down in Boca Chica, Texas, it was just completely foggy. You couldn't even see like palm trees that were half the distance between the cameras. And you know, everyday astronaut, NASA space flight, those guys all were recording. There was so much fog that you couldn't even see the palm trees like across the street from where the cameras were and stuff. But SpaceX launched the sucker anyway, got it to its 10 kilometers up, did the belly flop, was coming down, and they had to destroy it mid-flight. So you see, on Starship, they're around the middle of it, about halfway up. They have literally like C4 explosives that they can remote detonate. If it starts going somewhere it's not supposed to, they can explode the rocket and disintegrate it. So that's all that happened. Nobody saw it. But what was funny was after they blew it up, the cameras that they did have, there was chunks of the rocket falling to the ground, and you could see dirt kicking up and things like that. It was kind of spectacular in its own way. Personally, just from what I've learned, is I think they were testing that flight termination system. They wanted to see if it worked because they haven't had to use it yet. And this was kind of a test of that system to see if they could blow it up before it hit the ground, you know, and terminate the flight. So anyway, that was what happened with that. It was just kind of a shit show. But I think they got tested what they needed to. Anyway, that's the way that went. All right, so it's been a fun week. Got super nice the last few days, so I've ridden quite a bit. Not always with the camera. I'm not gonna do that. I like my micro dot helmet and I like to wear it. So I'll wear the full face when I need to record something. Otherwise, I'm not going to. Or sometimes I go without. Shh, you don't have to wear a helmet in Utah. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe below and click the bell so you get notifications when something new comes up. And like I talked about in the video, there are going to be new things. There's going to be new things.